Mark, where are we?
We're inside of everyone's hearts.
It's really dark in here.
That's what I was thinking. You always hear about hearts like they're supposed to be nice and beautiful.
It is warm, but
bloody golden.
It's
kind of loud.
Yeah, it's very loud and cramped.
There's lots of ventricles and whooshing about.
It's really warm.
Very warm. Are you peeing? Because I'm peeing. That was why I was asking you.
That's gross.
I'm not judging anyone. Which really leads me into my segue. We're not judges.
We're not.
We're here. We're going to say, hey, everyone, good job. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for trying.
Don't put too much meaning on what I'm saying.
You tried your darndest, and that's all that matters.
It's a hard thing to do, so just chill, okay?
Everybody should just calm down.
I say everybody have fun tonight. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. Enjoy the show.
Welcome to our podcast. It's about a kind of contest with Mark and Drew and all their friends where they show off all their talents. They've only got 1 hour to demonstrate their power of songwriting and song recording, and then they'll tell us how.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it's the show.
You're there. You clicked on it, thumbed it, tapped on it.
I realized we like never talk about what this show is at the beginning of the show, and I think we need to start sort of saying what it is, because I don't.
Well, they done swiped their finger on it on their cellular device.
They aren't always going to know exactly what it is, and they might be confused. So
this is a musical competition show, but
it's
not
like
this
Iron
time.
Chef.
It's exactly like Iron Chef.
It's exactly like Iron Chef, where we have our friends on the show, and they get 1 hour to write and record a song based on a prompt. And either myself or Mark, we didn't introduce ourselves. Gosh.
Okay,
gosh.
I think I can explain this pretty well.
Okay.
So it's, the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah.
It's not like that at all.
Right.
It's more like FedEx.
Okay. Is it like DHL at all?
It's like if DHL was a musical competition podcast.
Right. Okay. That
kind
makes
of like
perfect
Iron
sense.
Chef.
Okay. If DHL and Iron Chef and FedEx had a baby, and it wasn't like any of its parents.
Right. And it was also a podcast.
And it was a podcast by two friends.
I think you nailed it.
Just wanted to make a podcast for fun.
Way to nutshell it. I think you did a good job.
I don't think that went on too long or anything. But anyway, this week's not going to be anything like that.
Yeah, that's the thing is you're like, oh, we never describe the show. And it's like, well, this time we wouldn't be describing it
I just wanted
properly anyway.
I just wanted to get on back on the train of describing it so we get in the habit. So, but anyway.
I think that we should move into what this episode is about.
I agree.
And
do you want to talk about that?
I think it's good to follow the series of events that led to this episode. Because what we wanted to do originally was we wanted to do covers of songs that we really loved.
Right. Well, it started with us not having any guests.
Well, I feel like we should leave that part out. We should act like this is on purpose.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So cut. Okay.
We wanted a change of pace,
We wanted a change of pace. We thought the listeners were begging for it.
Yeah.
Our inbox is blowing up.
It's true.
So many had to
emails.
say.
That's not to say that you shouldn't
getcha.
email. That's just to make it sound like more enticing to email us. Please just send us
because so many
emails.
people are doing it.
Because everyone else is doing it. It's already a cool thing to do. So just
we were
kind
of like, take a number. Okay, we're gonna take a beat. We're gonna do our own thing for an episode or two.
Right. And we talked about doing a cover episode before, but we were unsure of how to do it because.
So we had a chat with our legal team. Turns out You can't. You have to get permission to.
Well, before we talk about that, we initially the idea was to do covers of songs that we absolutely loved, and we would talk about why we love these songs. But then when we looked into it a little bit more, we realized that no, that's illegal unless we obtain permission. So
which we were not about to.
No, I mean, it's worth a shot, but I highly doubt that that people would get back to us. But never hurts to ask.
I don't think Kelly Clarkson has the time to get back to me.
Is that who you covered, Kelly Clarkson?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah.
But so we ended up doing basically parody versions of songs that we absolutely love and necessarily wouldn't want
of
to
covers.
We wouldn't want to parody these songs normally, but we had to do it for legal reasons.
Well, I think also, this is where it becomes a little bit sketchy. I like generally when a song is parodied, it's like a very well-known song. And that's kind of like part of the whole parody thing is that like people know it when they hear it.
Yeah.
And the song that I chose was like kind of a deep cut.
Me too.
Like I'm talking like, when she was on the first season of American Idol, Clarkson, it's like deep cut.
Well, that's why I was also asking you if we should be familiar with each other's songs beforehand, because I feel like we're going to go into it blind and we're not going to know the original versions.
What I was thinking we could do, and I just wanted to let the listener in on the planning process here, is we could listen to, I don't care which order we do it in, but when we stop, me and you will listen to both songs.
Okay,
so we'll listen to the real version and we'll listen to...
And then
the cover, the parrot of her.
And then listeners, if you want to pause along with
exactly,
us
we'll tell them what song it is. They can go
version.
On to Schmotify or whatever the Apple version of that is.
Apple
song it up, Apple style.
Music.
That's
applesauce.
Applesauce. And they can do that along at home.
It's like a choose your own adventure, except we tell you which adventure to choose.
And then Jimmy got on the page. Or no,
turn
I'm sorry.
to page 11 of the podcast.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, and then Jimmy got off the train. Turn the page. Did you ever read those books when you were a kid? And how they would have like a jingle, 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 or like something like a sound.
Oh yeah, I loved. Like
You put the tape into your cassette player.
Wait, no, I'm confused. What you're talking about? Choose your own adventure books? Or are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about ones? Like there would be like storybooks when you were a kid, and it would come with like a cassette tape of somebody reading the book, but you'd also have the book, and there'd be like a sound, or they'd like tell you to like turn the page, and then you'd like turn the page along with them reading the book.
That sounds familiar, but I don't know.
I think it was for like kids whose parents didn't have time to read books to them.
But it's also kind of a cool interactive way to get you.
I thought it was fun. Me and my
machines,
mom, we always
ready
did it
for
with
the singularity.
We'd always did we had the Polar Express.
Oh, nice!
I remember doing that as a child. It was very special.
I just watched the Polar Express last Christmas for the first time, and man, Tom Hanks. He's got some CGI dance moves, let me tell you.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when it came out in theaters, and then deciding that that was enough times.
Yeah, I mean it's an all right film, definitely. I mean, probably it's got some very heavy religious overtones.
For me, there's like, with maybe one exception, you really. I'm steadfastly against making movies based on books that are like, 30 pages or less.
But what about I think it's just called The Snowman.
I don't think I know. I've seen Jack Frost.
Okay, great film. Great
is
film.
It like
I used to love that movie when I was a kid, honestly. But no, The Snowman is like it's like a book. I don't think there's any words in it. It's just pictures. And it's just like about a kid, and he has like I think it's like a dream where a snowman comes and whisks him away, and they fly to like a snowman land. I don't remember exactly what happens, but I remember the movie version of it is just like really beautifully animated, and there's no dialogue. It's just like delightful piano music over it, and that one's a really good
But is it
adaptation.
feature length?
No, it is
No,
not.
you see, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like you take the original Grinch cartoon, great.
Uh-huh.
I love that. It's great because
I
it
hate it. I
is
mean,
the book. It's just like an animated version of it.
The Jim Carrey Grinch. I mean, I gotta say, I'm kind of a fan. So if you're about to start talking some
I've
shit,
gotta say that I guess we need to reevaluate our friendship. But that's
okay.
I mean, it's fine. You're welcome to your opinion. I just as a general principle, I just don't like that. Like you're adding a whole bunch of. Did you see the Lorax?
Oh no. No, I did not.
Like, dear God, don't. Just don't. Because what a great book and like what a great lesson, and and there's an animated version of that too, which just is the book. But like, the movie.
So anyway, this episode we did covers.
We did covers. It's like on your bed. Those
bed
things.
Covers.
Yep.
Like a duvet cover.
Like a duvet.
But imagine it wrapped around a song, and the covers. I mean, at least I'll say for my part, I'm really disappointed with what I came up with.
Well, let
to
me
be
say,
honest.
Drew, I was thinking about this, and I'm pretty disappointed in you too. I haven't even heard it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just joking. Just
because you know me so well.
I was thinking about how I didn't think about this until really like today. I've never set out to cover a song before.
I have.
Is what I realized.
I have a couple times, and you know what I found a few times, like when I was a kid and I was like first kind of getting into home recording, I did a cover of Snowball by Devo, and I thought I was like doing something really cool, and then when I was done, it was just like it was a big lesson for me. I mean, it was good practice, but it was also a lesson that like this was kind of just an exercise in futility, because it was just like the product that I came up with was not even 1/100th as good as the original, and just why bother? And that's why that's how I kind of feel about doing covers myself. Not about everyone. A lot of covers I really like, and I really
for instance, Devo doing covers.
Yeah, Devo did some great covers.
I think Cake does really good covers.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're
Do you ever get where you really like a song, and then you randomly discover that it's a cover, like you thought it was an original song, and then it's like turns out to be a cover? That happens to me more often than I would expect.
With Cake.
Which one?
I'm trying to think of which one. I Will Survive. No, I'm just kidding. It was. I think I'd never heard they do the Guitar Man.
Oh, really?
And I don't know who does it originally, but I heard it like I was urinating in an Albertsons once.
As you do.
This is a true story, as one does, in the bathroom. I wasn't like in the frozen food section watching it steam or anything like that. And the original song came on, and I was like, wait a second, this isn't a Cake song? I
don't really remember that Cake song even.
It's
but
like, who rides the crowd, who says so loud, baby, it's a Guitar Man. Oh. See, but we can't put that in the show either, because now we're going to get sued by whoever wrote that song.
I think you're fine.
So it's like, we're just fucked, Drew. Also, with Cake, I'd never heard the song Perhaps.
Oh yeah.
But that's not by them originally, obviously. But why are we talking about now? I'm just talking about Cake covering songs. You know what's a really good song that I prefer to the original that Cake does is that's the Black Sabbath song. War
Cake
Pigs.
does a Black Sabbath song?
Yeah, they do War Pigs, and it's like such a good cover.
Really? I don't think I've heard that, but I can't imagine it being better than the Black Sabbath song. I love me some Black Sabbath.
I don't know. See, the thing is I also just love Cake. So
yeah.
I
You are a big Cake fan.
We're going to like tear this podcast apart, because people are going to be like, there's going to be people who are like, I love Cake. And then there's going to be, and then everyone's going to be, So hopefully.
I don't know. War Pigs.
I don't want to take too much of
button
it. Yeah, I know.
issue.
And then I'm like putting the Cake people against the Black Sabbath people, and then it's like, ooh.
No. We gotta come together. All Cake fans and Black Sabbath fans.
Yeah, I think specifically the fans between those two bands.
But only if
really
you're
need
only fans of that band. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
like any other music.
No other music.
So
No
just
other,
those
no other
those
groups.
very small groups.
If you like Bare Naked Ladies, also, you're out.
What? I'm out?
Well, I'm saying in this particular situation, yeah.
Oh, okay, because
Yeah.
because I love Bare Naked Ladies.
Who doesn't?
So, Mark, did you pick a song that you thought would be fun to parody, or did you pick one just because you loved it and wanted to cover it?
Well, let me tell you, Drew. This is so we had we found out that we couldn't do straight covers, right?
Right. Yeah, we
And
got in trouble with the law.
So I was trying
We
to
didn't
think,
actually get in trouble with the
like,
law. We just
how
wanted to
can
avoid that.
I do a cover of a
Mhm.
song that everybody, that I love, that everybody loves, and still get away with it, legally. And what I did, Drew,
Mhm.
is I thought to myself, let's go into royalty-free music. Because there's a lot of it. There's a lot of royalty-free music out there.
But then you're...
And then
Because I
thought
thought
to
we were
myself,
supposed to cover a song that we loved.
I
How can
do,
you
and
love
I
a
do.
royalty-free song?
Well, Drew, let me ask you. Who doesn't love the banger that is the Camptown Races?
You did Camptown Races?
I did, but I did it with a little twist.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Let's
so excited
roll
to
it.
hear this. Okay.
The Camptown ladies sing this song. The Camptown racetrack, 5 miles long. To downtown. Gonna run all I bet my money on my grave. Somebody bet on the grave.
Wow.
So what do you think?
Really good. Really good.
I think I honored kind of the original material, but added a little of my own twist
Yeah.
to it.
You did. You put like kind of a heavy grunge sort of feel to it, which I feel like would have really paid a lot of homage to the original. I have no idea who wrote
It's
that song.
homage or fromage. Fromage. That's it. I don't think that. I feel like with songs like that, I don't think it's like a person who wrote them.
It was like 7 different people.
Yeah,
in a,
it was
in a
like
room.
it was like something that. No, I feel like with that kind of thing, it was something that was like.
Spontaneous.
One person started singing it, and then like other people like heard them singing it. Yeah, I looked into it a little bit because I wanted to make sure it wasn't like super offensive.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you never know.
highly likely with a lot of old songs.
With something that's from like the 19th century. I couldn't. If it is offensive, I apologize and please let me know. But I couldn't find anything that made it. That was for sure saying it was offensive. So, But yeah, the camp town is so I think that's kind of what it stemmed from, was people who were living
Right. Yeah. That makes
kind of
sense.
on the margins of society.
Right.
And then it caught on and it like grew. Cause if you look at the lyric sheet for it, there's like 50 verses.
And you chose to just do one?
Yeah, I just did the starting because I wanted to because I just wanted to be funny.
Well, you know,
because I just wanted to make a funny joke about free domain music.
It was funny. It was very funny. I liked it.
But what I actually realized after I did this was I was like, I could have done a cover of a band and a song that I really liked legally, like within the parameters of the law, because I could have done the Beach Boys Sloop John B.
What would you have done to parody it? Or
no, because you wouldn't have to. That song, that's not like a song anyone owns. That's like just an old C song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. But I didn't do that, Drew. What I actually did was At My Post by Grandaddy.
Yeah.
Which is a so it wasn't it wasn't Camptown Races. I lied to everyone.
Okay.
I actually did a song by Grandaddy.
You really got us.
I got
Mark.
you guys really good. I know I did.
Really
I
pulled
know
the wool
I did.
over our eyes.
I really pulled the wool.
Me and the listeners over here are just spinning around in circles.
Let me tell you, Drew.
In confusion, because you've really just, thrown us for a
I'm
loop.
a master of secrecy,
disguise,
and being clever and sneaky.
True.
Secretly. Yeah, I feel like I made a big series of mistakes in picking the song. Boy. Okay, well, yeah, so I definitely picked a song because I loved it. Picked a few songs, Drew. I'm not gonna lie to you. I started out. I was gonna do "Bad Days" by the Flaming Lips.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And I decided that was too hard, and I did, just because that song, it's not inherently like a super difficult song, but I feel like capturing its essence is really hard. Or trying to do justice to its essence,
especially
is really hard.
unless you see that's something I was curious about. Is I wasn't sure if I should do a straightforward cover or try to change a song and do it in a different way. But that would be a song I feel like you would really have to do differently if you were going to do it.
Yeah, and I was doing it differently, and it wasn't cutting the mustard.
Yeah.
So I abandoned that pretty quick. And then I started kind of poking around Grandaddy's catalog because I'm a big Grandaddy fan.
Oh yeah, me too.
And I was first, but just kidding. I have to. I'm a Grandaddy into But anyways,
no, that is true though. You did introduce me to Grandaddy.
I went into Granddaddy's catalog.
The
Granddaddies. Ooh.
The Granddaddies. Oh, you know that band, the Granddaddies. Oh.
But I went into their catalog, and then I was like gonna do. I was thinking about like AM 180 or like one of their more well known songs, and then I was like, no, fuck that shit. I'm gonna do like a deep cut, like off of fucking like excerpts from the Diary of Todzilla. So I ended up going with, should I say what I went for here?
Why do
Is this
you want to
okay?
keep it a surprise?
I don't care. Let's do it. So the song I ended up going with was I just want to make sure was At My Post.
Okay.
Which is track 2 on that. I think it's just an EP, maybe even. It's but I ended up, because I just love the song. It has a few different kind of parts that are like all unique, and I just think it's a great song. I love it, and I chose it because I loved it, and then I was like, oh, now I have to parody it. It's not very ripe for parody which I didn't think about until I was done, but a song that nobody knows is not very ripe. It's not very ripe for parody. Because people are going to hear it and they're going to be like, I don't know what that song is. That must be original.
Yeah, I have that feeling about mine too.
So I kind of fudged up there and I went in. I love the song. It's got a lot of great elements to it. I put the song together. It took a lot of time to put it together. And then I realized that I had to do parody lyrics for it also.
Right.
Which I'll say, Drew, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. That's 98 Degrees.
I don't remember that one.
It's a good song. It's basically about airbutting someone.
What do you mean airbutting? Like,
you know that scene in Air Bud where they're like, where
it's not in the rules. Doesn't say it in the rules. You mean
the part where he's like, "Go on, get out of here. I don't love you."
That's not. Trying to get rid of call that airbutting. That's like
I was trying to like make it clear for our generation.
What would our generation? I feel like is even like what's the one with the horse? I feel like that's the first one. Yeah.
Viggo Mortensen's like, I don't like you, horse. Go on.
I do not like you, horse.
Is it Seabiscuit? There's got to be a Wikipedia page for this because it is like something that is in so many films and television programs.
Yeah,
I was watching.
Definitely. I feel like a good example is Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, Harry and the Hendersons is a great example.
Which I've never actually seen, but I know that is an iconic scene from that film.
Game of Thrones, where Tyrion Lannister is trying to get rid of Bree. No, not Bree. Who's that lady?
He doesn't like the soft cheese.
He's like, you make me gassy, Bree. But yeah, I don't know. We should, we can check out. I can check it out. I actually did end up. I didn't end up doing the entire song. I could have very easily because it like kind of just repeats itself. And I could have just like copied everything and pasted it afterwards and made it like 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
But I decided that that's not good listening.
I ran into that problem with a lot of the songs I wanted to cover because it's like, a lot of these songs that I love that I think are actually short are actually like really long.
Pretty long.
Like,
I didn't realize how long a lot of Grandaddy songs are.
Yeah, they did some long ones.
There's some long songs in there. My favorite part of the making of the song was at 9:00 last night when I just completely abandoned the song and I started working on a different song. And then nice. I worked on that for about 2 hours. And then I completely abandoned that song and went back to this song and finished it.
That's what I should have done. I'm jealous. I'm jealous right now. Well, should we listen to your real song then?
I would love to listen to my real song. Are you ready for it?
And I guess for any listeners, if you want to listen to the actual song first or after, we're probably going to we're going to do that too.
You can do it in whatever order you want. Probably
we can't put it in the podcast.
We can't put it in the podcast, so you'll have to listen to it on your own. You can just pause this.
Yeah, just pause. But if you're driving, don't do that.
No, just kind of get to it later.
Yeah, just do it later. Keep it in your head. Keep it in your mental.
So your
mind palace.
To be specific, this is Skull Fortress. That's what it is.
Your Skull Fortress. Yeah, just keep it in your Skull Fortress until later, and then you'll have it ready to use.
To be specific, so this is At My Post by Grandaddy. It's track 2 on Excerpts from the Diary of Toddzilla. 2.
Forgot how good that song is.
It's a really good song. But get ready for mine, which is a Weird Al Lovell execution of a parody. That is just not bad at all. I stand behind it. because it's so good.
Okay, let's do it.
So my version of the song is called Here in My Post.
Grasping out at what attention's there. With every follow, serotonin flares. Difference of opinion makes me mad. I don't give a fuck if you're my dad. My facts collected, those who agree. The further I go, the less I'll feel that I don't see. I wait by the phone to see if it rings, to say someone like my post about chicken wings. The one where I showed up my long COVID hair. Please be clear. Lashing out where normally I wouldn't dare. The courage of safely sitting in your chair. Last time I considered leaving town, I got rickrolled and I had to turn around.
That was great, Mark. I really like that.
Thank you. I think, basically just as good as the original. I don't think I
It's
need
so
to-
different. It's you really took,
which
you
I
put
feel
your
like
own
is-
spin on it.
Which I feel like is doesn't help our case in court. when this inevitably comes to
especially
trial.
this whole episode where we're talking about exactly what we did, which was just change things slightly enough to hopefully not get in trouble for it.
Let me be honest with you, Drew. I think a high-profile court case, best thing that could happen to this podcast.
Oh yeah, any publicity, right?
That's what they say. Even also, the bad stuff.
It's better to ask for forgiveness and permission. That's not true, actually. It's just ask for permission, which we did not do, but that's an important part of life.
But the thing is, it felt so good. Actually, it didn't. That was just a miserable process, Drew.
I was having a hard time identifying what of your lyrics were parodying. I heard the thing about chicken wings. That was pretty.
It was like
pretty good.
It's just bad, and I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, we don't have to, but I think you really did a good job.
It's like the parody. The idea is it's like sung from the perspective of. I just feel like I feel like it's like. I'm taking I feel like I'm like taking like a stance, which I just really don't want to be doing. Like I feel like it just is like because it's like about, and I feel like it's really lame too, because I feel like I wrote a song that like a 50-year-old man would write, which I just don't feel good about.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because it's like about like social media and like
I see
how it's like fucking. It's fucked up most of the time, and
I get it. Okay.
And how it's like a
my post was actually, that's what I thought maybe
right
at the beginning is like a social media post.
The part goes, here in my post I control everything. It's like about like manipulating facts through social media, but also I know I hate it. I hate it because like that was not what I wanted. It was like the only. It was like 11 at night.
Yeah,
I had to wake up at 6. I was like, I just got to get some lyrics on here, man.
Yeah, and this was a hard thing we tried to do, so I feel like you did a good job.
And I felt like I had to get. It also had to be parody.
Yeah, we had to change it enough. I took a bit of a different tactic with mine.
Sure.
I didn't change very much.
Whoa.
To be perfectly honest, I did a very straightforward cover.
You should have done Bob Dylan's "Tangled Up in Blue," but it should have been "Tangled Up in Drew." Hindsight's 20/20. That's all I'm saying.
Mark, did you listen to my song already?
No,
because that's basically what I did.
God, I'm fucking good.
I was like, so okay. Let me say the song that I covered was "Made Up in Blue" by the Bats.
Okay.
A band I absolutely love, a song I absolutely love. It's probably their most popular song, so I was hoping that some people might recognize it. I did a pretty straightforward cover, but I was like, this would be really fun to do. And then when I was actually recording it, I really regretted it because it's like they play really fast. They're strumming these guitars so fast in their song, and it's hard to do. But it was still really fun and challenging, and I did a bad job. But
hey, me too.
I was looking at the lyrics and I was like, I don't really know what I could make it about sandwiches. No, I don't really like that. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't I just replace every word that sounds like my name with my name?
I like that.
And so
that's a good tactic.
It's instead of Made Up in Drew, instead of Made Up in Blue, it's Made Up in Drew.
Nice.
Yeah. And I don't know, you want to listen to it?
Yeah, let me just say I just wanted to add this in because it's very important information. I don't want to forget. I started doing Bad Days by the Flaming Lips. That was the first song I started doing. And the only lyrics I got for it, parody lyrics, were, "You're sort of stuck in a jar."
That's good. I like it.
That was it. I couldn't come up with anything else. I was like, I've got to abandon this because that opening lyric, very strong.
Oh, can I say one thing?
Anything else? Yeah.
One that I was gonna do. I was gonna do Cat Stevens, Where Did the Children Play? But I was gonna do, the only thing I had for it was, Where is the subway? Hey. And it's just about where is the sandwich shop, Subway.
Yeah.
But then I thought, if I'm trying to avoid any kind of legal troubles, maybe putting a trademark sandwich.
We don't get sued by him, but we get sued by Subway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
My man and his mind's made up and true. All those friends he's been talking through. His kidding ways are coming to an end now. Your only kind is waiting for its time. But I don't know, my mind's made up and true. All those friends you've been talking through. The stars on his hand are glowing like his eyes now, as he rips on to another day. Once and better times have gone by now. Better times are when you're in control. But I don't know, my mind's made up and true. All those friends you've been talking through. All those friends you've been talking through. Second rate ravings don't thrill me, even if they did sometime before. Only his blue eyes still thrill me, as I get to know my friend the floor. But I don't know, my mind's made up and true. All those friends you've been talking through. Oh, but I don't know, my mind's made up and true. All those friends you've been talking through.
Ooh, the fade out.
So the joke there was gonna be that, you know, that I had only changed a couple words to Drew, but you kind of ruined the surprise of it. But
You can just cut that part out, me ruining it.
It's all right. I'm gonna leave that in because it wasn't, you know, it was a thing that I was writing and I was like, this is gonna be funny, and then I started recording it, and after a few takes of me doing really terrible New Zealand accent and saying my own name over and over again, I realized this isn't funny.
Well, at least you had the luxury of at one moment thinking your song was going to be funny.
I did think, yeah, I did. I mean, I was probably a little bit intoxicated when I had the idea, but you know, such is life, you know, and these things happen, and
I at no point was under the impression that my song would be funny. I was just trudging through it.
I also realized that there was one part where I said blue, and I should have changed it to Drew.
Now we're definitely going to get sued.
Well, no.
We're going to get Drewed.
I barely changed any of the words, really. So what I did instead is I took everything up a half step. So hopefully that's enough. I don't know.
Fair
Maybe
use.
not. Probably not, honestly. So anyway, yeah, I made it. And,
I mean, it's good. It's like very like it's very like the song.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. And then I heard your song and I realized, maybe I should have made something different.
The thing was, I feel like you were thinking parody when you wrote it.
Well, I was thinking straightforward cover, and then I was thinking, I'll do this parody, and that'll be funny enough. And then it wasn't. So,
and I was thinking like, I don't know. I was thinking of just doing a cool cover, and then I was like, oh fuck!
Right.
Now I remember that I have to do a parody of it.
Right. Either way, it was really hard and maybe a mistake.
I'll tell you what, it's not something that I'm rushing to do again.
Yeah.
But I'm just surprised you got all that done in an hour, Drew.
Yeah, I spent longer than an hour.
Sounds really polished. Like suspiciously polished.
I spent at least 2 hours on the drums alone, and that was
I would say conservatively I spent about 6 hours making my song.
Yeah,
I think realistically it was more.
I think I spent less than that. It was probably like 4 or 5 for me.
Well, I guess I am kind of including the like 2 other songs that I started making.
Yeah.
Which I would love to maybe as the outro play a little treat. I did I don't want to spoil it. I feel like I did a little bit more of a well-known Grandaddy song, maybe. Folks can listen to it at the end. I don't want to spoil how fucking hilarious it is because it's so funny.
Oh.
Because it's so funny, Drew.
That's cool.
I can't express enough.
I'm glad that one of us made something funny for this episode.
It's just hilarious. I think I'm really going to start to make it in the novelty music world.
Cool.
After this.
Cool.
This will be my resume.
I should have done more commercial jingles for this episode. This would have been a good episode for that. Should we end this episode?
Yeah, probably.
All right, let's do it.
Follow us on social media. Even though my song really takes a stance against it. But you can't really understand the lyrics anyway, so we're good.
Yeah.
We're good
follow us on Instagram. We're on there. If you like the show. But more than anything, I just want to say, like, thank you for listening. If you've listened this far, especially, this episode might have been a little rough. I don't know. We were both very tired, and I apologize.
Got a little bit weird.
But to be honest, we're doing this show because we love making it, and if anyone is enjoying it at all, then that's really great, and that's.
We changed one person's life for the better.
My mom told me she likes it a lot, so that's.
Well, thanks for bringing that up, Drew, because my mom's dead.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so she can't listen to it.
I'm so sorry.
So really insensitive of you. Yeah.
I know. I was just trying to point out that we have one
strong fan.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I love your mom. I'm not afraid to say it.
She loves you, too.
I hope she listens this far in the podcast to hear that.
Oh, she listens to every episode.
Good. I get text messages from people sometimes. They text me, people I know.
That's really nice.
And they'll say, hey, I heard that episode. And that was a good one.
That's really nice of them to say that.
My sister.
Yeah, so just our family so far.
she listened to it, and she said that I'm really talented.
Yeah, you are. You are a special boy. That's why we make it, folks. That's why we're making it.
I'm gonna put out in the near future. Keep an eye out on my Spotify. Mark that song now on Spotify. I'm gonna put out the actual cover of the song for free. Obviously, no money. Exchanging hands, so it's okay. And you can listen to it there. The real cover song.
Okay.
Not the monstrosity.
Let's get Jason Lytle on the show.
I would love to do that.
Is that how you say his last name?
I don't know. It's Little or Lytle, but I've never heard it said. But he's a big. I'm a big fan of his. I don't think he's a big fan of mine. That's what I was gonna say. He's a big fan of mine. We talk a lot.
He's a big guy.
He's a
no, he's
guy.
not.
No, he's not.
I think he's average
Lytle.
size. He's Lytle on his feet.
Lytle on his feet.
He skateboards. I know that.
I love his music. It's it's really gotten me through my life.
I'm not ashamed to admit one of his songs consistently makes me tear up every time I hear it.
Which one is it?
It's the one about like you act like you just caught me, you know, with someone I used to love. And then it gets all intense. It's like, I'm only talking, I'm only laughing
that's a good
with
song.
the ghost of my old dogs. And
it's called Ghost of My Old Dog.
Yeah, and it makes me think about my old dogs, and it's really pulls on my heartstrings every time.
He's one of my favorite musicians, and if he's listening, which he's not,
Let's shoot him an email.
I want him to come on the show because I don't think anyone. He came.
Let's tweet at him.
Grandaddy came into my life. I feel like I do. I've never tweeted, but that'll be my first tweet.
Let's get a tweet out there to Jason.
I've never. I feel like Grandaddy came to me at exactly the right time in my life, and I feel like that's like probably the number one. What do you call it? Why I can't talk. I'm too tired, Drew.
This episode's titled "We Love the Grandaddys."
We love the Grandaddys. Granddaddies, do, Granddaddies.
Cherry poppin' Granddaddies.
That's no.
There's any way to make that band name worse.
Makes me want to throw up.
It changes the daddies to Granddaddies.
I feel like it's offensive to my sensibility. It feels offensive to women. It's just everything it's just the worst, Drew. It's the worst one.
So if you like this show, thank you for listening. And that's all.
You made it pretty far. But really influenced me, Granddaddy. That was what I was trying to say.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
I think we got this one in the bag.
Do you think did we get that?
We got this.
Were we rolling?
We were rolling.
Oh,
for a long time.
For all of that.
I gotta go.
All right. You gotta be all tangled up in Drew, covered up in Drew. What is it?
Paige suggested I do that for my second song, and I should have done Tangled Up in Drew.
I feel like it's a twofer because it would be funny lyrics, and then a good Bob Dylan impression is just always funny.
I don't think I could pull that off. I think what would have made my song funnier to everyone probably is if they knew my consistent obsession with inserting my name into things that slightly rhyme with it, because it happens a lot, and it's like a running gag, but with no one but myself.
In your life, it's a
really
running gag.
Yes, it's a running gag in my life that I find hilarious, but then I realize isn't that funny.
I feel like everybody
and other people probably just think it's weird.
Everybody's got them, and I want to think of what running gags I have in my life. And maybe I'll bring that to the next episode because I feel like everybody's got like jokes that they make that they like never make to anyone else, but it's like something they do for them, and and that's important. It's
like putting a little hat on a hot dog.
Little hat on a hot dog.
That could be yours.
Well,
a little hat.
It feels like it's not organic, If you're telling me that it
you
could
use organic hot dogs.
Boom. I feel like I set you up for that one, didn't I? Oh, I don't like that sound.
That's my tongue clapping.
I thought you were hitting a hot dog against your cheek.
Oh, yeah. I'm always prepared with a nice hot dog for
Nice.
cheek slapping.
This is
Nice
really
cheek slapping dog.
This has gotten away.
This is my new. This is my new
Cherry Pop
real
and
big fish cover
Granddaddies
band.
and the cheek slapping dogs.
Cheek slapping dog daddies.
cheek slapping cherry popping dog daddies. It's just could not be worse than that. I feel like we could add Grand back in.
Okay, cheap slapping granddaddies. cheap slapping hot dog slapping
hot dog and
granddaddies.
hot dog and granddaddies. It just sounds like something that you'd exclaim if you were startled.
Yeah.
Hot dog and granddaddies. What are you doing here?
All right.
Whatever.
I gotta
Let's get
go,
outta
buddy.
here. Okay, fine.
I love you.
I love you. There's this song that keeps going on at work, and it goes, 1, I love you. 2, something. 3, something. And all I ever hear is the 1,
I love you.
I love you. Because it's like just so fucking weird.
What?
It sounds like a haunted stuffed animal would say that, you know? 1, I love you.
I love you.
And I want to eat your eyeballs.
Don't go away.
Enjoy the show.
Hewlett Packard apples are called Mackers, and I think the Dell guy said, "Dude, you're getting down." You're getting